Alright guys, so Loki Season 2 officially wraps up this week with its finale, and we've had like so much high stakes and so many questions about what's about to happen to these characters, mainly towards the end of the season, and how it's gonna set up everything for the future of the MCU, specifically for the multiverse and for the next two Avengers films, and even for the last episode and off, and just laying the groundwork for what's about to be in store for the finale, and so much more. And that's what I do for you guys in this video. Is going over my final predictions about what's in store for the Loki Season 2 finale, just go over everything that we know. This is especially with Kang, Victor Timely, and even for Loki and the character in general, with the fight, its glorious purpose, and there's so much more to discuss. And so if you're new, then be sure to subscribe, because the bell is so on future videos. So let's get switched. And so let's talk about how episode 5 ended. And so we ended off episode 5 with Loki that wants to save the TVA, and he wants to save his friends. And even after the temporal loom exploded, and even that it had everyone in their separate lives before the TVA having their own stories written, and we saw everyone's lives before the TVA, and even with Loki having a conversation with Sylvie about what he really wants and defining his glorious purpose, and he's also assisting all those things, and how to fix the temporal loom, and even to control his time slipping. And we saw everyone kind of like faded away, kind of like recreating that ending from Infinity War, where everyone was turning into spaghetti. And even with Loki, that he's tired of losing, that he wants to save of the day and actually rule the TVA in general, and become the ruler, and like possibly get a throne to rule. And you kind of makes Loki be in control of his time slipping. And then he also looks at Sylvie, that he also says it's not about like where, when, and why, it's about who. And then he obviously looks at Sylvie, because even that he wants to save like Loki. And then in that moment, it took him back to that moment when like the temporal loom was about to explode. And so maybe that with Loki, that he probably wants to rewrite everything. Even from that moment on, and how it lays the groundwork for the finale, that it gives Loki a chance to rewrite everything, kind of like being like the god of stories. And even throughout this character was introduced in the early MCU in the first Thor, and now like here in this moment in season 2 now in the finale, I feel like Loki is going to become the new ruler of the TVA, and basically with the entire multiverse in general. Now, from what I think, for what my predictions are for what's about to go down in the season 2 finale, I think we're about to revisit a lot of these moments, especially from season 1, having Kang the Conqueror, or should I say like he who remains involved, and possibly with having Loki like so sort of like rule the TVA and kind of like a way for all time, and even like if it's like Kang's plan for a society and all that, but so especially with Obi, that with a bunch of fan theories out there and rumors that he could be working for Kang, and just even so, I think throughout this whole thing is about to go down. I feel like Loki is definitely gonna get involved, especially with He Who Remains. Even with the purpose of the last episode is with Loki gathering everyone up, and mainly because of his time slipping, and then like so I think for what we're about to experience in the finale is going to be so big, and hopefully like and I hope that this season like sticks the landing, because we see with like other shows not properly sticking the landing, but I hope that this new season of Loki sticks the landing, and sets up so much for the future of the MCU, and even for the multiverse saga in general, with King as well, because even refer back to that Variety article that came out recently, and that even with people behind the scenes that said they have no idea where the future of Kang is going, especially after the finale. But I mean, I think that Loki could possibly rule the TVA, and Loki could just be helping Kang, and that's why like we see him like throughout the entire season, just like wanting to rule everything. And also, given the fact that with how season 1 ended, and that ended with Loki looking at a statue of Kang, and that was a jaw-dropping moment, and hopefully that in season 2 it delivers so those the same stakes, or like maybe like doing something different, and possibly it's setting up something big for the future of the MCU, possibly for the entire multiverse, and even that I think it's gonna have like similar stakes, but hopefully this one will be satisfying. Plus, we see internal footage of Renslayer in the Void possibly talking to Kang, because even though we see that they're in love until it went like a bad way, but just even so, I think we're definitely going to see the Void, and hopefully that this episode at the finale is close to an hour long, that it like sets the tone and like sets the stage for the next 2 Avengers films, the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, and hopefully it'll have something to do with like, X-Men and mutants and even people that were saying that like Deadpool can show up, but I don't think that's not the case, but because even Loki sees season 2 and Deadpool 3, that's going to have a tie-in, because even with the TVA that are going to be involved in Deadpool 3, but I feel like it's going to be its own separate thing, but I feel like it could set the tone for that, but because I think I could think because maybe it could possibly end, especially what that final shot is going to look like. I feel like it's going to end in a way that I could possibly make fans satisfied and get ready for what's next, because I feel like it's going to possibly be with Loki ruling the TVA and want to rule it all, especially with finding his glorious purpose, because that's what the whole meaning of the last episode was, and that he wants to save the TVA, he wants to save everyone, like he wants to save his friends. Even Obi has been like a great character about this entire season, like, and he could be working for Kang, and this was probably Kang's plan all along, and Loki is going along with it, and because we could like think about that season 1 finale, they're going to have Loki or Sylvia to take his place and or to rule the TVA, and things got worse from there. But I feel like Loki is definitely going to rule it all, especially after the last episode when we saw Loki and Obi talking about the time slipping and even Adventure Timely. I think like so much more is about to go down in this finale, but this will definitely stick the landing, and hopefully that it ends well. And even for the characters that are at stake here, I feel like I think they are going to be laying the groundwork for the multiverse saga and even for the future of the MCU in general. And now, so for the finale, I'm thinking that like Loki is always gonna rule the TVA. He's gonna be the ruler, and he's gonna be the next Kang. And even with the future of the MCU, I think it's gonna be set up in like a way, even for the X-Men and for the mutants, and even with the timelines, even with the branch and with the sacred timeline that had like all these characters on, especially with the branch timelines that were being pruned, and with it's people that are now dead, because of those timelines, those branch ones that are now pruned, but and it's, I think that are going to save the temporal balloon from being exploded. But I think that like Loki is definitely gonna do something that's gonna make him rule it all. So my final thoughts are that I'm excited for the Loki season 2 finale. I hope it ends well. I hope it sticks the landing for the entire show, and hopefully it has a good ending. I'm hoping that Loki will rule the TVA and become like the next Kang, and hopefully be in control, and hopefully these characters get a happy ending as well. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And thank you guys for coming to my coverage of this new season. I can't wait to go over the finale with all of you. And so much more. And so that is going to be the first video, and let me know you guys' thoughts in the comments down below. No, and how excited are you for the Loki season 2 finale, and just how excited you are, and for how do you think this new season of Loki will end? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe and turn notifications about future videos. Also follow my social, which are linked down below. And with that, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.